KC sideline, a look at their head coach. His team fell in their season opener a week ago, now hitting the road, looking for their first win. On the other side, you've got the head coach of the Broncos. His guys, on the other hand, were winners in their opener a week ago, so they'll try to make it 2-0 to start the season. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. That's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in that end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. And if he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. On 2nd down, it's Nix. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
That's good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards.
17 yards on that connection. 1st down, Broncos.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
2nd down, Nix. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
So I actually really like the concept of the pass play, and I think if we see a little bit better pass protection, even just a second longer, that's probably a completed pass, but I think the pressure just sped his clock up just enough, Mike, that he wasn't able to get that ball exactly where it needed to be.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st, so it'll bring up 4th down. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working. I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today, and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. As the athletic training staff looks at him, will step away for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Once again, it's Spears. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Mahomes now on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. A carry here for Spears, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
It was clear this offseason this was an area of emphasis. They wanted to continue to fortify the interior of this defensive line, and with this young player, they think they've got themselves a good one.
He tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
Play action now. It's next. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's pulled in by the Chiefs.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
The Chiefs offense ready for their 2nd possession. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. You play a tight game and lose. It kind of changes the feeling coming into this week a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into 2, one bad play to turn into 2. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll run the sneak. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
They'll run the draw. That's Spears. And he'll try to keep his footing. Manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Spears. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
At the 21-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will tie the game at 3 apiece.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here able to put that one through.
The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. So, Greg, people always say when the schedule comes out in May, what do you look for? Back-to-back home games usually not something you look forward to, but it does happen in this case. And when you get a win and you know you're going on the road week 3, that puts a little pressure on this one to get 2-0 at home to start the season.
Man, how good would they be feeling to start your year and know, all right, we've got 2 wins in the bank, we're playing well at home. It just allows everything in the building to take a deep breath. You know, Mike, it's just such an ideal way to start. The fans are excited, the city's excited, everyone in the organization can settle in. So, schedule makers certainly did them a little bit of a favor here, so they've got to take advantage of it. Build off of last week, come out and play well again, and it really sets themselves up for the rest of this season.
A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 44.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. Nix from the gun on third down. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. On fourth down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. All even on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Spears to start the drive. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards. Now it's Spears. Woo! Tyjae Spears. How about that run all the way down to the 25-yard line? Big play for KC. A gain of 48.
Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and...
Mahomes now to throw on second down. He'll find his receiver. That's Jalen Royals. And he will be forced out of bounds, but there is a flag down. And we'll check in with our referee. That's on the big man, Super Bowl champion Trey Smith. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Third and long for Mahomes. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
Third and real long. This is where your defensive line has to come to life. They decided to keep extra blockers in the backfield, but it didn't matter. They were able to bring him down for a sack and brings up fourth down.
And the Chiefs will punt the ball away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And a pretty good result there. That's out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back to work. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll get past the marker. He's got a first down on that gain of 5.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Broncos first down.
Nick's gonna keep it on the zone read. A short gain there to about the 22. Here's a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing is Nix. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. To return is Williams. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chiefs offense and Tyjae Spears getting ready for their next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
Here's a handoff to Spears, running left. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Now, Mahomes. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And that'll set up 4th down.
For the Chiefs field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will take a 6-3 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The RPO, that one is complete. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A run with Harvey. And he did a nice job there, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He can't get away, and he loses the football. And I think a Bronco player was able to get in there. He was. So Denver keeps possession of the football.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Needless to say, there aren't many plays on the call sheet for that down and distance, so instead of doing something crazy and forcing a ball into coverage, he realizes that primary read wasn't there, throw this ball away, and puts an end to this drive.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Chiefs offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground with Spears. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. On the handoff, this is Spears. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. Pass is caught by Gray, right side. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They're going to bring him down to 21, but they're also going to move the chains after that run. First down picked up on the ground. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Danny Gray. Touchdown, Chiefs. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Horn now to return it, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with first down. They'll throw. It's Nix. And that ball incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They send Sutton in motion. Nix to the air again on 2nd down. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Nix to throw. He goes right back to Sutton. And he's very close to a first down, out of bounds right at the marker. Spot is just a little short, so it is 4th down. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense and Tyjae Spears getting ready for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get this one out to his fullback. 2nd down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And this time they'll just keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Lots to get to from a jam-packed Sunday of football. Let's get right into it. Our spin through the NFL starts now. In Inglewood, the Rams at home to take on the Bengals in a rematch of Super Bowl 56, won by the Rams in this stadium. And this is Calvin Austin. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. A 55-yard touchdown. The Bengals get their first win of the year, and they had to earn it, too. They get the road victory. From there, how about we head out to Buffalo? Let's check in on the Bills as they host the Houston Texans. And it's C.J. Stroud. He connects here on a 36-yard touchdown. The Texans even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. Lastly, let's go out to Santa Clara, the 49ers taking on the Detroit Lions. And when he's at his best, he's one of the best, Christian McCaffrey. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Niners are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. With that, we give you a look at the rest of the early games and games still in progress here in Week 2 of the NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. A run with Spears. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
On second down, Mahomes. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
And 10.
Now, Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete.
So you have to imagine this offense goes in at halftime. They're feeling pretty good about the position they are, especially knowing they possess the ball coming out for the second half. You want to put together a great drive and add to the lead. No time to be conservative, no time to just sit on this ball and punt. You want to keep the pressure on the defense and score every time you get it.
The Broncos offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. You talk about the moves, spinning out of that tackle, turning it into a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
First down. 1st and 10.
On 1st down, they'll stick with Harvey. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Broncos.
Another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
They send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, it's Nix. He'll dump this out wide to Dobbins. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
A run on 1st and goal. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
brings up 2nd and goal.
Push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Back to throw is Nix. He'll try and get there, and he will get into the end zone. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Broncos. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
Broncos 10.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Here's Williams on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Mahomes back. He connects with Gray on that one. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw is Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
Another Kansas City Chiefs first down. A gain of 20.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
They'll try to run with their fullback. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after that.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Mahomes now on second down. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
It's third down and 10.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And that's a thing of beauty. Out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
6-yard line.
The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's first and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. Throw on the run is complete. And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Number 14 with a pickup of 14. And a first down.
10 at the 20-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all that. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Brings up second and 7.
On second down, Harvey. And he's going to pick up the first down. That's a nice run, taking it up past the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Draw play here for Harvey. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Norman locked on the tackle.
Traditionally in first and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
16 yards.
2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard
They'll break the huddle.
line.
Coming up now for first and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Working the middle, that's Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now, after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Throwing is Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's now second and 10.
Second down. Nix. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Chris Jones.
Multiple times and all pro. That is Chris Jones. He had a sack in the opener last week. He's got another one here. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Nix. And on 3rd down, that ball's incomplete.
And you get a sense that in a really tight game like this, it's that one play that's going to tip the scales either way. So they come out swinging for the deep one on that one. They can't quite link up, but keep swinging. Keep generating those chunk plays, because typically in the NFL, chunk plays equal points.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. The Broncos offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially, it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game. Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on 1st down, Mike, to scare them out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts them in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
This brought in out past the 20. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Chiefs offense and Tyjae Spears getting ready for their next possession. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
Brandon Jones on the cover.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That's into the hands of Tyjae Spears. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. On comes the Chiefs punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead.
The Broncos take over.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll try to run for it. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down.
And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. They go play action with Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
12 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They'll run with Spears. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4. From the 38 now, here's second and 5. Again, they'll try to power forward with their fullback. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up
They'll let the fullback try to push the pot. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing second and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss. And it brings up fourth down.
This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Throwing. Nix. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And that will lead to a second down.
Second and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Big play coming up. This is third down. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or kick a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
That's good.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Spears. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That is 14 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run the toss to Spears. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Here's a handoff to Spears. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground? Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the first down chain, he just catches that ball and turns upfield. They extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Broncos offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
At the 36-yard line.
They'll run. And they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Incomplete.
They'll drop to throw. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. Nick's going to throw for it. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
Well, that was a disaster. I like the call. I like going for it on 4th down. Give your offense a chance to extend this drive and maintain possession, but after going the wrong way, now they're going to have to watch the other team take over after failing to move the chains.
The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. And still 2 timeouts left for the defense, but no real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. On the ground, it's Spears to start the drive. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
It's a gain of 22
now a timeout,
yards.
Denver. That's their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Chiefs.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time, later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Denver, good night, everybody.